BB special, man. Clips like that never get old. And I'm gonna be honest with you. These three players on the screen, what they have in common, size, and they move people. Not saying they're gonna be Hall of Famers, but they're big as hell and they move you. Let's go. When I say the Dallas Cowboys had a plan for this draft and for these picks, the overall theme of this draft was physicality. That's not going to be sexy to the networks. That's not going to be sexy to the media scouts. I don't care. They're not in the Cowboys building. They're not coaching these kids. Number two, and most importantly, with these players, the Cowboys had a plan of movers, big bodies. And when you look at their athletic profiles, it makes sense. Cooper Beebe, huge. Nathan Thomas, huge. 6'5", 330, 340, huge. Brevin Jordan, huge and physical. When you talk about a guy, let's take, for example, Tyler Biotis. And this isn't a Tyler Biotis bash session. Really love him. But he's 316, and that's his NFL body. Like, that's what he's maxed at. He also had an issue with moving people. He also had an issue with play strength. He was a really good center. He actually I would say that he overachieved. Coming out of Wisconsin, he's done a really good job. But he just doesn't have the body mass of a guy like Cooper Beebe, who he said it over and over again. His goal is to dirt you. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to dirt you. And then you look at Brevin Jordan. I remember last year I was watching Idris Muhammad, running back from Minnesota. And I was like, who's this tight end? Who's this guy that just keeps on these split zone runs and on these duo runs, and they're using him as a +1 defender, and he just keeps whacking guys. And then you find out this year that he's an undrafted free agent because the pass catching ability isn't great, but the run blocking ability is special. And I just wonder, is there a world where he finds himself on the field because of that, and because that's what Mike McCarthy wants to do, and he makes no bones about it. That's what Ford wants to do. Does he find himself on the field over a guy like Peyton Hendershot? We'll wait to talk about when we talk about camp battles. But I got to tell you, he was Darnell Washington light for me last year. Like the dollar store version of Darnell Washington, who Georgia tight end had the great blocking ability, and the Steelers drafted him. Didn't have the upside of a pass catcher, but his frame and his body was huge, and he got drafted because of that alone. I like the value getting Brevin Jordan in the later round because, not even in the later round as an undrafted free agent because of this. And then we got to talk about Nathan Thomas. And I want you guys to listen to Nathan Thomas's coach and just speak about the type of worker he is and how he was able to become a Raging Cajun who, listen, they put Robert Hunt in the NFL. They put Kevin Dawson in the NFL. They put Max Mitchell in the NFL. Let's listen to his coach for a second.
We claim to be a program of development, and I think it speaks to that. We take guys, we sign guys like Nathan Thomas, who, didn't have a whole lot coming out of high school. Was a high school tight end down at Chalmette High School, right outside of New Orleans. And, we saw some things in him. We got him over here. He's the right type of kid. He did the work. We worked really hard to get him in position to where he could, play and help us. And then from there.
Now, this video isn't all flowers because when I talk about Nathan Thomas, his tackle film left me wanting more. But then when you hear that he's going to kick inside the guard, I say, wow, Dallas really had a plan. They want athletes and they want bodies who are going to move you off the screen. Can I say that we're mad at them? What's been our Achilles heel in the playoffs? Bad defense. We'll talk about the defensive side of the ball and what the Cowboys were able to give Mike Zimmer. But you couldn't run the ball. Towards the end of the year, playing style defenses, you got light, you got soft, you weren't physical. The Cowboys addressed that in one draft, and they made sure that this offensive line will be rebuilt for years to come. But with these three, they made sure that they got guys that move people. It's your boy Foots the King. As I continue to break down this draft class, you guys let me know about these three athletes. What do you guys think about Cooper Beebe, Brevin Jordan, Nathan Thomas? Do they have a shot? Am I overreacting? I don't think so. I hope I'm not. I'm excited, but I also am making sense of the Cowboys plan. It's your boy Foots as always. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing.